Hello, it is Monday, a new day. Still trying to upload my videos from just this last week. I did Dollar Tree store meals, so I'm back to normal meals of things I'm using for my pantry, and everything basically I'm using tonight, which I'm making spaghetti and meatballs already had from when I went to the store previous week. So I did get this from the food bank. We had been having abundance of food. Like, we've been giving a ridiculous amount of meat away, like 3-4 things of meat and lots of bread, and we do get fresh produce. We do get, like, sometimes milk. We had milk and eggs. So I did grab some eggs because we had a lot, and then I grabbed this turkey. I was going to need turkey for this meal, so I grabbed that. I didn't grab too many things, I just grabbed a few. But I am going to start grabbing things because we've been having a lot. And we've been having more than enough. And if we don't get rid of it, then it goes in the garbage. So I'm going to feel guilty because we've been having a lot. So when I see something that I know we can use, I'm going to grab it, especially when there's meat and stuff. Just so I can save more money and stretch my money more for the month, because money's tight and I can use that money for bills and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy or anything like that, but we've been having a lot. They have partnership at the store, and they've been giving an abundance of stuff. And this food bank, we give out things once a week, and we do have to empty out the fridge, and we do have to empty out the freezer, because we'll get more stuff the following week. So we literally have to get rid of everything that week. So yes, I'm not gonna let anything go to waste. I'm gonna take it when I see it. I am there to volunteer, and I'm not gonna be crazy, but I'm gonna start getting a box, because the volunteers are able to get a box too of food before we start passing out food. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. So okay, so yeah, I'm going to ground this turkey and start boiling the noodles. That's what I usually do first. I am gonna make this whole pack of this pasta. This I'm probably going to do half because it's just me. It's whole grain, whole wheat spaghetti. This is better for me than the other spaghetti. I'm trying to eat it a little bit healthier and make it a little bit more better option. So that's what we are having, turkey. And then I'll probably do some kind of vegetable. I think I'll do green beans. We don't have any salad. The salad is going bad, so okay. So green beans and salad, and the kids can have bread and butter on the side. I'm not. Just gonna have spaghetti and green beans. Okay, so I'm gonna get the water boiling for the noodles and fry the turkey. So what I usually do is when I'm browning my hamburger meat or browning my turkey, I have the water going for the pasta. And by the time the meat is done, the water should be ready for the pasta to be put in. And then by the time the pasta is done cooking, when I put the pasta in the water, I start adding my seasonings and my sauces to the meat, and I make my sauce. And then by the time pasta is done, ready to be drained and everything, the sauce is ready. So that's how I do it. It saves time. I learned how to do that. My mom didn't teach me that way. She, didn't do it at the same time. I learned over the years to do it at the same time, and it saves so much more time that way, instead of waiting for the water to boil and cooking the sauce separately. I don't know. That's just a shortcut I learned to do. But I also use 1 can of Hunt's. I use tomato sauce. I think I might have tomato paste. I usually use tomato paste too. and some spaghetti sauce mix. My mom always taught me to use this and 2 cans of tomato sauce, 1 can of tomato paste, which is good, but I like this stuff. It makes it more flavorful, and I do have Italian seasonings. I'll probably use some parsley and Italian seasoning, and that's about it. So I'm gonna get this started. Be back on. I found some tomato paste. Yay! I totally forgot I'm not just browning the turkey. I'm making meatballs, so I gotta make them into balls and, fry them. Okay. This is usually my favorite pot to use for my sauce, but since I'm making 2 separate pastas, I'm going to use this one for my pasta. It's got a big old pan for the sauce. So what I did, my turkey was still frozen. I pulled it out of the freezer yesterday morning, put it in the fridge, and it was still frozen. I guess I need to fix the adjustment on the fridge, because sometimes the kids accidentally hit it and then it gets too cold. So I had to defrost it in the microwave, but oh well. But I did roll it in breadcrumbs and chopped onion, so I got that going. After it's done, I'm going to transfer it to my bigger pan and add my sauce. I wasn't thinking, turkey doesn't really have grease, I don't know what I was thinking, but I got my both pots of water going. So, okay, so once these things get ready, I'll show you my next step. Okay, so I'm adding the regular pasta to the big pot, and then the wheat pasta to the smaller pot. Like I said, I'm only going to do half, since I know I'm not eating that one. That one there, like that. I did put a little bit of olive oil in both, and salt, so they get done faster and they don't stick. Something always done. Okay, I'm gonna put a half. That should do it. I'm gonna put the rest in a Ziploc bag. Okay, so now I'm adding the spaghetti sauce to the meatballs. As soon as one of the pastas are done, I might have to switch burners, because I only have 2 big burners and I'm using them for the pasta. The sauce doesn't get done till afterwards, it's fine. Put some tomato paste. Tomato sauce. Spaghetti mix. I'm going to mix it all up. Then I'm going to let it cook together. Then I'm going to add my Italian seasoning. And I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, because it makes it not so like rich tasting, whatever. I've done that and my kids like it better. Or because it's sugary. But so I'm going to let this cook. Be right back. Okay, so the big pot is done. My wheat noodles are not done yet. The sauce is still cooking. I'm going to add some seasonings right now. Add a little parsley. I have Parmesan cheese too. I'm going to see if anybody wants it on theirs. I doubt it. My daughter didn't like the cheese, and my son doesn't like Parmesan cheese. She likes Parmesan in the container, Parmesan cheese in the container, but for some reason she doesn't like that. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of sugar. Okay. Mix it up. Let it cook longer. So, I'm gonna add a little bit more water to the sauce too, because it's thickening up a little bit too much. So I'm gonna add more water too. Let me grab a cup. Okay. Yep. Mix it together. Just so the sauce will stretch out more. Plus I added a little bit too much sugar, so. Alright. Just waiting for this to get done, and that should be almost done too. Okay, dinner is done. I did add a little bit tiny cheese, Parmesan cheese, but not too much. I think I got too much spaghetti is what I did. So I'm gonna try it. This turkey and meatballs, I believe Kevin's the one that told me, recommended for me to make it. So finally made it. I know there's different ways of making meatballs. I'll have to make meatballs more often, but find a good recipe. I kind of just my own thing. It's a little hot. I don't have a tooth on this side anymore. So it's been a little bit more trying to get used to how to eat. Gotta remember not to chew on that side, but this would taste better with regular ground beef instead of turkey. I understand, but I'm trying to eat more turkey. It's not bad. I heard if you put Worcester sauce in your turkey meat, it makes it taste like hamburger meat. So, but I haven't eaten Worcester sauce, so I wanted to try it, see if everybody liked it. It's okay. I mean, it's good, but I prefer the beef. Okay, so tomorrow's Tuesday. Tomorrow's chicken and rice. I have this chickens that I got from the food bank the previous week that were open. There's 2 in 1 that I'm going to use for my kids. I'm going to use the other one on me. So, because there's one individually wrapped and there's 2 wrapped together, and they're like kind of stuffed with different things. So I'm going to give them that one, and I'm going to eat the other one because I think the other one had something, if I remember, they didn't like eat mushrooms or something like that. So I'm going to have that with rice. Regular rice. That's what we're going to have. Okay, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Hello, it is Thursday, and I'm making, I had fish and baked fries down, but I changed up a little bit. So making the fish that I got from Schwann's, it's ancient grain encrusted Alaska called fillets. So we're having that. I already had some defrosted. And I'm making lemon pepper potatoes. I usually like making this with red potatoes because it just flavors well together, but I'm going to use the russet. I got my lemon pepper we're going to use, and then I have some olive oil that I'm going to put on the potatoes, but I guess the fish needs a little bit too, and it recommends I put it on foil. I need to turn my oven up higher too, so I'm going to start the potatoes first because they take a while, but this only takes like 12 minutes, so alright, put that in the freezer, and I'm going to get this started. Okay, so now I'm going to flip the potatoes over. They're still a little hard, but I am going to prepare the fish and give this about another 15 minutes before I start the fish. I want my potatoes nice and crispy. I'm going to add a little bit of more lemon pepper. And towards the end, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, not too much. All right, putting this back in the oven. And then we'll get this fish started. Okay, I put some olive oil in this little bowl and I have a brush. I'm just gonna spray it, rub it on. Like I suggested, it just said rub some olive oil on it. So I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna wait 15 minutes after the potatoes are done, and then I'm gonna add the fish to the oven. Be right back.
Now playing Mr. Fart.
All right, so I'm putting this fish into the oven, and I'm gonna check the potatoes. Give them another stir. Make sure they're getting crispy and all the flavors going around. Yeah, they're soft, but I want them crispy. Is the thing. Some of them are starting to get crispy, so that's good. So by the time the fish should be done, this should be done. It might need more time, but we'll see. I have to flip the fish over too here in a few minutes. Okay. Be back. Okay, I'm flipping the fish over. Then I get the other side and let it go for another 6 minutes because it said 12. So I'm thinking that should do good because it's already golden on the other side. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil. I have left. Okay, so, right. So, put this back in the oven. Check on the tempers again. Make sure they're doing its thing. Still not quite crispy. Well, they're getting a lot crispier than they were. Okay. My daughter loves them crispy. Okay, so give these another go. By the time the fish should be done, this should be done too. Dinner will be done. Okay, I'm just gonna add some sea salt. My daughter likes the potatoes really crispy, but I feel like the red potatoes get done faster and crispier than the regular recipe potatoes, but they're still gonna be good. Okay, dinner is done. The fish looks like this. Potatoes look like this. Try the potatoes. It's hot. Potatoes are really good. Try the fish. We don't have any lemon, usually I put lemon. I put lime out in tartar sauce. Look, got a little bit of tartar sauce. Fish is really good. Wow. Okay, so that's dinner tonight. Tomorrow is, I think it's tacos. Yeah, tacos and beans. So I'm making beef tacos. I'll show you how to do that. And hey, put those in the oven too. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Hello, it is Friday. I just got back from a women's retreat. Allie went up there for her day because I have my children and nobody to stay with them for the weekend. So hopefully next year I'm gonna get my mom to stay with them. And yeah, so it was kind of short notice and things were just all over the place, so I didn't really plan for it. But I ended up getting to go for a day, and I was blessed. So yeah, it was awesome. Okay, so today I'm making tacos. I have my oven ready, preheated and ready to go, but I need to still cook the meat. I was like, it's cold in here, I'll just preheat the oven already and I'm all done. So now I just have to cook my meat. I have my hamburger meat here. I had to defrost a little bit in the freezer again because I pulled the meat out. And I didn't want it out all day, so I left it in the fridge. Well, it's still not defrosted, but it'll be okay. I'm gonna fry it in the pan. I'm gonna use taco seasoning. And I got some ketchup I'm gonna add to the meat too. And then with my refried beans, after the meat's done, I'm gonna add the fat from the meat mixture pan. I'm gonna actually take the hamburger meat first, put it in my taco shells, put the cheese in the taco shells, throw it in the oven. And then the leftover grease that's in the pan from the hamburger meat, I'm gonna add my refried beans, so that adds flavor to it, with some cheese, Parmesan cheese I guess I'm gonna use, because my daughter got into the cheddar cheese, and that's not too much cheese for our tacos, so gonna only have a little bit of cheese for our tacos. So I didn't know she did that. She did that today while I was gone. Sure, I was making tacos, so she used some of the cheese. So I'm gonna have to use Parmesan cheese for the refried beans. So, okay, it should still taste good. So I'm gonna get this started. Okay, so my hamburger meat now is browned. So as you can see, I'm gonna be adding some taco seasoning with 1/4 cup of water. You should get all that powder out. Okay, 1/4 cup of water. If I have to add more, I will, but I'm adding ketchup too, so. Yep, got it all over me. People probably think this is gross, but it actually isn't, because it's got tomato sauce in it. You use tomato sauce for lots of things. Well, ketchup is a tomato-based, form. So, okay. And now I'm just going to mix it. And then I'm going to let it cook together for about 10 minutes. And then it should be done. Looks like I'm probably going to have to add just a little bit more water. I don't like too much water in it, and I like it more thick. But I need it to have enough water consistency. So add more, mix it up. I want it to stretch enough for all my tacos. I also want to leave some of the juices behind for the meat. So I think this will do it. Let it start cooking. I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna let it simmer for cook for 10 minutes, and then I'll show you the next process. Okay, so now my hamburger meat's done. Let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So I'm using this spoon, and I'm gonna stuff the taco shells with it, and I'm gonna leave all this juice for the refried beans. Okay, so hopefully you can see me good enough from there. I'm gonna stuff the taco shells with the meat, just like this. I'm going to continue doing this till all my taco shells are full of meat. Then I'm going to add some cheese nuts. So I'm going to do this pattern and be back. Okay, I had some hamburger meat left, but I have some tortilla chips. If anybody wants to make nachos, they can have that as an option, because I didn't want to fill this tacos up with too much meat. So that's what they look like with the meat, and I'm going to add the cheese. Okay, now I'm going to throw this in the oven for about 5-10 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to add the beans to the greasy juices in this pan. I usually like Rosarita refried beans, but I guess I've been getting, I've been grabbing beans that are on sale and stuff, so I have this in my pantry. So I'm going to put the beans in the pan. Okay, just going to add it in. to get all this out. Be back. Okay, so now I'm just gonna mix it all up. I'm gonna add the cheese. This adds so much flavor to the beans. It's not good for me. No, it's not. So, I've been walking and exercising and keeping busy, and I don't eat all day, and I'm not eating big amounts of this food, so I think I'm okay. And I'm trying to alternate eating something healthy and having something like this to splurge. I'm just gonna use the rest of the cheese. Get rid of it. I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow anyway. So just gonna like let this all melt together. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, but mix it all up. Okay, dinner's done. This is what they look like. They're nice and crispy, looking yummy, and this is what the beans look like. Nice and cheesy and gonna be flavorful. So plate this up. Okay, it's done. I'll try beans first. I might get some hot sauce or sour cream. You can put whatever you want on your taco. But this is really good just this way. And tacos I learned how to make from my children where I used to work, at a daycare. And they put them in the oven, really good. And they're the ones that put the ketchup in the meat. I kind of always do that anyways, but they put a lot more than I do. And the beans, I kind of just learned to do that on my own. So I used to add the grease from the meat to the beans, but then I just started using the pan that I cooked the meat in, because I was taking all the meat out and putting it in the tacos anyways. So yeah. Pretty good, makes it more flavorable. Not as healthy for you, but it's good. Good, try them like that. Tomorrow is my shopping day. We're having carne asada tortas, Mexican sandwiches. You know, I didn't even think about it until earlier. Today's Cinco de Mayo. I made tacos and beans. I did not plan that on purpose. I just planned my menu and then I really earlier. Oh, it's Cinco de Mayo. My daughter thought it was tomorrow because making carne asada tortas. I was like, no. We just really like Mexican food. I love Mexican food. That was like my favorite. And it's filling and it's good. And yeah, the carne asada gets kind of expensive, but for most of it, most Mexican food makes a lot of sense. A lot of foods that you use to cook Mexican food, it's not that expensive. Oh, I had the hamburger meat already on hand, so that was in my freezer. I had the refried beans. I also had the cheese. I didn't go out buy the cheese. I had that, I think, from last week. So yeah, the hamburger was from was half of the log. So we'll say, I think that was like $6-7. So $3. The beans were $1. So say $4. The cheese. I didn't use that whole shred of cheese on that cheese all one time. So we'll say $6 for dinner. Oh yeah, the taco seasoning, that was like 50 cents from Whitco. Yeah, under $8 for this dinner tonight. Can't beat that. Okay, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday. I'm making carne asada tortas. It's a Mexican sandwich. I got 2 different types of steak. I have one that's seasoned and one that's not. I'm just gonna cut it up, add it to this, flavor it up. My carne asada seasoning. I'm not gonna show the video of me making the meat because I've done this a couple times. So I'm just gonna make a sandwich out of it. I have beans. I'm gonna add some of the fat from the meat into the beans. I did a video on that already. I got the jalapenos we're gonna add. We have onion, we have lime, we have avocado, we got tomatoes, we got sour cream. So we're gonna load this sandwich up. I have these hoagie rolls here that we're gonna eat. So we'll just have chips on the side, like tortilla chips. My daughter wants sour cream and onion chips. Okay, so just chips on the side tonight. So I'm gonna get this started and I'll show you the meat when it's all done. I done plenty of videos like this where I use the carne asada seasoning I have, and then I use the lime to squeeze on there, and I just cook it together. I add that stuff off and on until it's done and it's seasoned good enough. So I did videos on carne asada before, so I'm not going to do it again, but I'll just show you how we load up our sandwiches afterwards. Okay, see you in a little bit. What I'm going to do is add a little sour cream to my sandwich roll here, and some refried beans without trying to make too much of a mess. Put them on that, and then got my carne asada right here. Yummy, yummy. Put that on top. And now I'm going to put some cheese on top. And then I got my avocado. I'm going to put on the top part of the bread. Just like so. Some onion that I chopped up. Some purple onion. Some tomatoes. And some peppers. Carrots. And then some naan. Squeeze it on there. Put this on top. There's a torta. Look how good that looks. Take a bite. Probably better if I cut it, but let's set this down and take a bite because it's going to be messy. I could have toasted the bread too, but I didn't. I forgot cilantro. Can't be forgetting the cilantro. Unless, of course, you don't like it. Okay, one more bite with the cilantro. I've been having these in a long time. Tastes good with the bread salt too, but should have toasted it. But good. So the meat was about $10. The hoagie rolls were like $3.49, so say $14. The jalapenos were 99 cents. The onion was about $1. Avocado was like $3, but I'm using those for other things. I'm using the peppers for other things, the onions for other things, avocado, tomatoes, and cilantro, lime. Buy those in bulk, but I can use them for other things. So I would say dinner was about 20-ish bucks tonight. You know, it's good. It's not good for you. It's fattening, but it is so tasteful. So I'm gonna enjoy this. So I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna make eggs and sausage quiche, and then for dinner we're gonna have gravy, ham, potatoes. Okay, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Bye. Hello, it's Sunday. Just got back from church, and I'm making some quiche using these pies, using sausage, using cheese, and some bacon, and some eggs. That's what we're gonna have. I'm also making bacon wrap cocktail minis. My daughter requested. I made those before, so I'm not gonna really show you the process of that. because I know there's a video of that. So I'm just gonna show you the after. I'm gonna cook all this meat and stuff, and then I'll show you that process, because I don't think you need to see me cook bacon and sausage. It's just frying it. I will show you my process of the eggs and adding everything, all the ingredients together, and then when I put them in the pie, I'll show you that too. So get started. Okay, so now I'm making some eggs. I'm gonna make about 6 of them. Let's see. Well, that one's frozen. My goodness. Some of these eggs are frozen because my refrigerator keeps getting too cold. The settings get messed with, and this is what happens. So the ones that are too frozen, I won't be able to use and stuff. Let me figure this out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, out of those dozen of eggs, I only had 2 that I was able to use, so gonna make the best of it. I put salt and pepper and milk. So now I'm just gonna put it in this pan that I have right here. I have a little bit of grease left over, and I'm just gonna throw it in there. And then I'm just going to cut up the bacon and sausage and add it to it, and cheese. That's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, so the egg is forming, so now I'm just gonna add all the sausage and bacon. I'm gonna add some cheese. And just let it cook together for a little bit. That should do it. Okay. Looks like this. Okay, so the dough came rolled up like this. I guess you're supposed to do it yourself. I thought they were frozen already and ready. So I'm just putting them in a big muffin pan. It's what I'm gonna do. But this is like the first time doing this, so please excuse me. But we'll make the best out of it. They're gonna be bigger than quiche. Cause I don't have a small muffin pan. This is the biggest, the small pan I have right now. So I think I'm just gonna stuff it. Best I can stuff it, and then add the ingredients. So I'm gonna see if I have enough filling for this. I just did it like this. It's just kind of ghetto, but I won't. I put this filling in just like this. It's all done. Let's see. I'm going to repeat this process. I have a little bit left, and I have another pan, so I'm going to make another one. This is how it looks. I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm just putting hash browns in there too in the oven as a side dish. These are the bacon wrapped cocktail minis. They are done. So what I did, I just took them and I wrapped them in bacon and wrapped. Took bacon and wrapped it around the cocktail mini, and then I put a little pinch of brown sugar all over them. So, and I just put them in the oven. Really good. Okay, so it's done. This is that quiche thing that I made. I'm gonna use my fork because it's kind of falling apart. If I would have known or read the instructions before I made this, I would have tried to find my small muffin pan. It might be in the storage because I don't use it that much. Mm. It's good though. These are the cocktail minis. The hash browns, I would like them a little bit crispy, but everybody was hungry, so. They had a rush on them. Good brunch. That's night. Later here, making ham and gravy, ham and mashed potatoes with gravy. Okay, show you that later. Okay, it's Sunday night. I got this ham that I believe I got from the food bank. Yeah. So I got that, and I got this turkey gravy that I believe I got from Winco for like 10 cents or something like that. And I got mashed potatoes. So I'm going to make ham, and I forgot mashed potatoes, so I had to go get it this morning from Rayleigh's. I forgot to get mashed potatoes, so I got these just today. So yeah, I'm making ham and gravy mashed potatoes. So this was like $2.50, so $2.60 for dinner tonight because I got the ham for free at the food bank. So I'm gonna cut the ham up, and I'm gonna fry that and get the water ready for the mashed potatoes, and then do the gravy. Dinner should only be like 10 minutes tonight. So yep. Okay, so I cut them about this small. I'm frying them now. Got the mashed potatoes going. We're just gonna have a can of peas as a vegetable with our dinner tonight. Alright, so it's done. See, this is just what it looks like. It's cut up on mashed potatoes with gravy over it. Usually the gravy's thicker. That brown is kind of just thin. Try it, but the peas I got from the food bank too, so and it cost me a bean. I use turkey gravy, but regular brown gravy, the package is a lot better than that was, so next time I'll just use that, but it's not bad. Just needs salt. But regular brown gravy, this is really good. Or and the chicken gravy, it's good. But it seems like the packaged stuff is a little bit thicker. Maybe I added a little bit too much water, but it was too thick, and I thought I had just enough, but kind of that can seems like it gets watery, but it's not bad. It's one of my son's favorite, but hopefully you won't be disappointed because the gravy's not thick. Okay, so that is actually it for the week. Tomorrow's a new cooking week, so see you tomorrow. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay functional. Bye, and God bless you all.